Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Lingfield Park here on Saturday. It is February the 3rd, 2018. We'll look at the stakes races on today's program from Lingfield, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. Stakes races I'll be looking at are races 3 and 5, the 2 o'clock and the 3:05. So let's get on to it, starting off at the 2 o'clock, the third race from Lingfield, which is the Betway Clevis Stakes. Listed stakes going for Class 1 horses, going for a purse $61,000. It's 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 12 horses going the distance of ground of 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs on the all-weather poly track. Top pick in this race, I like the number 8 horse, number 8 Kimberella. Gonna go 8-2-1 in the tricast or the trifecta. 8-2-1 tricast trifecta. Top pick number 8 Kimberella. 10-1 here. Paul Hannigan is on this. Richard Fahey trained 8-year-old gelding by Kalechi. Most recently, this horse that starts 26th of December. Like him, Wolverhampton, fast ground, 6 furlongs in a Class 2 condition stakes. Horse finished 7th by 2.5 lengths. It was the horse's first start in 3 months. Wide post, which is not ideal there. High weight, this horse just really didn't show up. It just wasn't his day to win, but I do think second off layoff with a decent inside post draw, I think this horse will race wonders today. Start before the 9th of September at Haydock. Heavy ground, 6 furlongs in the Group 1 Sprint Cup Stakes. Horse finished 8th by 12 lengths. Tougher horses really just never showed up that day. Also, the heavy ground had something to do with it. And then at Beverly, the 2nd of September, 5 furlongs listed 6 Class 1 event. Horse finished 4th by 1/4 lengths. Again, he couldn't couldn't get a good closing kick that day. But again, that was a tougher race. This race is not nearly as tough. This horse's last win came in August the 6th at Chester, yielding ground 1,200 meters, 6 furlongs on listed 6 Class 1 event. Horse won by 1 3/4 lengths, quickened up nicely, and just had a very easy victory. Had that speed from the inside that you need at Chester. I do think this horse should run a big one at 10-1, so watch out. So to recount my bets for the third from Lingfield, it's the Clevis Stakes. Gonna go with the number 8 horse Kimberella. Gonna go 8-2-1 in the tricast of the trifecta. So now let's get on to race number 5 from Lingfield, the 5th race, the 3:05. It's the Winter Derby Trial, or shall I say the Winter Derby Trial Stakes. It's listed stakes for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $61,000. It's 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 9 horses, tackling the distance of ground of 2,000 meters or a mile and a quarter on the all-weather poly track. Top pick in this race, I like the number 8 horse again. Number 8, Elabreth. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Pardon me, I can't speak English for some reason. I'm gonna go 8-6-4 in the tricast or the trifecta. 8-6-4 tricast trifecta. I'm gonna go with the 8 horse Albereth. 7-2. Ocean Murphy's on this Andrew Balding trained 7-year-old mare by Mount Nelson. The mare is taking on the geldings and the older horses here, but I do think with a little bit of a weight break, she should run a big one. Also a decent poster, which is ideal, especially going 2,000 or the mile and a quarter distance. But this horse is making her first start since the 29th of September. They came at Newmarket, yielding ground 2,400 meters, mile and a half in the Group 3 Naive Stakes. Horse finished 9th by 13 lengths. Weakened out of it, beat nobody that day. Tough race. It just wasn't her day to win. I do think coming here today, this horse ran a little bit better off a layoff. Start before it gets horse ran in Turkey, 3rd of September, mile and a half in the International Bosphorus Cup. This horse finished 2nd that day by 2 lengths, and according to running line, could not find a replay for this race, but according to the running line, this horse had a good turn of foot at the end of the race, so he ran like his other starts. And then the 29th of July at York, mile and a quarter in the York Stakes. This horse finished 6th by 5.5 lengths that day. Really couldn't get a good closing kick. It just wasn't his day to win. Mondelisti finished 2nd, who went on to, actually in the past, won the Arlington Million here in America, in Chicago. But this horse faced tougher horses last year in the group company level. This race isn't as nearly as tough. I think it was a good comeback race, so watch out for her. So to recap my bets for the 5th from Lingfield, it's the 3:05. It's the listed Winter Derby Trial. Gonna go with the 8 horse. Gonna go 8-6-4 in the tricast of the trifecta. So go to well, and please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5.